is The Other Side. The Other Side with DC. Make sure you share it, like it, and most of all, subscribe. And we're talking to one of the greatest artists in the whole world. Okay? Ephraim. You hit me with that, Ephraim.
Urez-vous.
Urez-vous. That's the best way to get that done.
Yes.
Yes. And this is just a real show.
Don't ask. That's what they
And also, we have Art Wilson, and Art is a master chef, but he's also in real estate. But now, I've tasted your dishes,
Yes, sir.
and I want to say they were excellent.
Appreciate that.
I want to say welcome to the both of you to The Other Side with DC.
Thank you very much.
so
All
much.
right, now this is, you all better catch this because you don't get a chance. I want Atlanta to be on the lookout, Atlanta, because we're in Dallas now. But Ephraim is headed to Atlanta,
Yes.
and so we'll talk more about that in just a minute.
Right.
You know, the other night, the art show in the art district was phenomenal. I want you all to know that.
Thank you.
It was well presented,
Thank you.
well put together,
Thank you.
first class, and I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
And the artwork that you do, I want you to kind of go to the beginning and tell us about it and where you're from and all of that, so folks can really get a grip and understand what you are about and what art, his contributions are with it, because the collaboration of the dialogue and the dinner,
Right.
the dialogue and the dinner, and we had a few cocktails,
Right.
okay,
Right.
in the midst of it, but it was to be commended.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you very much for inviting me, first and foremost.
Okay.
It's an honor to be here. Running into you at this dinner and dialogue was divine. It's been in the making for a long, long time. I'm not one who thinks things happen by chance. Things happen because they're supposed to happen. Mm-hmm. So being here in your studio talking about this is a continuation of what took place last Saturday. And also I want to say thank you to Art. It was through him that I've met you. But again, like I said, Art, nothing happened by chance, right?
True. Very true.
And this guy had done a lot of work to make this happen. And I just want to say to you, I deeply appreciate all the work you've done
I appreciate
to make
that.
this happen.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to a joint venture of a common cause.
Of course.
You know, bringing the art form together. I know. Cooking is one of your passion. Mm-hmm. Okay, bringing that passion and using it to impact people's life is the reason we're here today. So thank you for being here.
And let me just say one thing about his cooking. Now, and I said I was going to make sure, because people in the Dallas, United States area, they know I am the absolute king of cooking greens. Okay? No one can beat me cooking greens, period. I challenge our grandmothers and everybody. I'm the best. But now, the other night, the first course, it was a 5-course dinner.
Mm-hmm.
5 courses. I want folks to understand. 5 courses. Hey, listen. The greens came out.
Uh-huh.
And I want to tell you, they were pretty much at least tied with mine. Okay? At least tied with mine. Pull up a little bit. All right.
I love that.
Pull up just a little bit. No.
Up, okay.
Yeah. They were at least tied.
I love it.
But I want you to know they were excellent.
Yeah.
And all of the other courses were excellent.
Yeah.
Before we get into the art, tell us just a little bit about your cooking.
Yeah.
I kind of grew up in the kitchen.
Okay.
You know, my mother was an amazing cook. Just about everybody in my family loved to cook. But when I was 13, I went to work for my goddad. He was not only my goddad, but he was a true mentor to me. Because not only was he a businessman, but he, believed in God and was able to manifest that into businesses, pretty much all over Seattle. I'm from Seattle. He owned a strip mall, and all the businesses in the strip mall were his, right? So he had a lumber yard, he had a tool rental, he had a meat market, and he had a barbecue restaurant.
My goodness.
Okay. And this man owned them all, and we're talking about fifth grade education from actually Memphis, came to Seattle, and was one of the biggest landowners in Seattle at one time in the early 80s. Okay. And that's kind of how I cut my teeth in the kitchen. He taught me how to not only be a man, but how to season by touch and by taste. And I've just always enjoyed it from the day I walked into that barbecue restaurant. And from there, I just saw it as a way to create and to whatever I needed to kind of explore from a creative side. Some people are real athletic. Some people, can draw. Some people are artists. But my creativity kind of just manifested itself in the kitchen. And then being from Seattle, it was a melting pot there. So you had Asians, you had Czechoslovakians, you had Ethiopians, Africans, you name it. And all of those cultural cooking techniques, I was privy to, every single day. Because Seattle is not really, it's so diverse. You got everybody all over the city living with each other. Didn't matter if you were poor or rich. You had poor Asians and poor blacks and poor whites living together. You had rich Asians, rich blacks, and rich, whites living together. So it was that kind of an environment. So I was able to pick up different techniques, just by having access to, a upbringing where there was just multicultural.
Right. Well, the sauces that you had were so different. I mean, the color of it, I saw the little green, with the little specks and stuff in it.
Well, the greens,
Yeah.
So you talked about grandmother. So, I slow cooked those greens like a grandmother would.
Okay.
And then rolled them into the blanched collard green.
Oh.
And then the aioli that you had on it was actually the green juice mixed with cream to make the aioli. It was the southern cooked green juice, if you will.
So don't think I'm not listening now. Don't think I'm not listening.
But I made the aioli out.
Yeah. Don't think I'm not getting it. I'm listening hard.
So do you create your own sauces?
Yeah, all the sauces.
Okay,
were made by me,
interesting.
Everything.
They were excellent.
Interesting.
They were excellent. We're going to have to do something special so we can reintroduce your cooking.
Yeah.
In that level to the city of
And
Dallas.
I just,
and all around.
the Taste of Soul. That's put on by MLK Center.
Right.
I won that competition 2 years in a row.
Okay.
I've been on. I was chosen to go to LA for MasterChef back in 18. But with my real estate, I'm a developer.
We're gonna get into that.
So, I couldn't make that type of commitment with projects and boots on the ground. And
So do you plan on opening a restaurant?
I want to open a restaurant, but I just want it to be for us. I don't want it to be for monetary. My cooking's not for money. You know what I mean? It's for expression, and it's for good causes. So my restaurant, when I do open one, it's going to be more for individuals just to come and enjoy, amazing staff, amazing food, and as long as it keeps the lights on, that's what it's going to be about.
So the answer is yes, right?
Yeah, the answer is yes. Sorry. Yeah.
While you're in Dallas,
Yeah.
while we're here in Dallas, we have Dallas officials around here.
Yes, sir.
And I'm the former mayor of the city and mayor
Yeah.
pro tem of the city. We're going to see to it that we figure out a restaurant. We'll
Congratulations.
figure it out.
I appreciate that.
Now we're going to swing to the art, though. Let's,
Okay.
let's swing over to the star of the show. All the way from Lagos,
Nigeria. Right.
where I visited before, and Abuja.
Abuja. Mhm.
But the art that you have, let's talk about the art and passion and all of where you're from and what you're doing,
Yeah.
what your intentions are, where we're going,
Good.
and how we can help.
So let me just give a brief profile of who I am.
Right.
My name is Ephraim Urevu. I'm a Nigerian, born in Nigeria, raised in Nigeria, went to school in Nigeria, and then went to one of the best high schools in the country. There were 3 of them that were established by the federal government of Nigeria, the British government, and the United States government. And these high schools were supposed to be the place where the next leaders of the countries were to be produced. So the competition to get into these high schools were very high. And if you're lucky enough to get in there, the expectation is even higher.
Okay.
And as everyone knows, to be a Nigerian or a successful Nigerian, you have to be one of 3 things: a doctor, a lawyer, not an artist, a doctor, a lawyer, and can you guess what the third one would be?
What was the third one?
Engineer.
Engineer.
Right.
Okay.
So the expectation was high. So every one of us that at the dinner last night, you had a table of doctors in the middle.
Yeah, I remember.
I went to school with all of them.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So I had the audacity when I finished school. Well, I was asked to go. I went to medical school for 1 week
1 week.
because the first sight of blood was my last day in school. I had scholarship to art school.
Yeah.
And I went to one of the old. I don't know if you were in Lagos. Did you ever
No,
go to
I
Lagos?
was just in Abuja.
You were in Abuja.
About an hour flight of
Yes,
30-minute
to
flight
Lagos.
to Lagos.
Lagos is where the action really is.
That's
Lagos is the financial capital of
Nigeria.
just like New York to
Right.
to America.
Right.
So that's where all the action is. So Lagos houses some of the oldest schools and colleges in Africa. So I went to one of the oldest art college, Yaba College of Tech, and graduated. And the pressure to become someone that my family could be proud of was so much that I had to leave the country. And so when people ask me, why did you come to America? I would tell them I was running away from home. Literally, you know.
Right.
And interestingly, I was looking for schools all over the country, art schools to apply to. I applied to several. I applied to Pratt in New York, and applied to Memphis College of Art, then Memphis College of Art. Happened to be one of the better schools, a small private art college
This is in Memphis.
in Memphis.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I landed in Memphis. And now when I look back at that journey, it was divine for me to have been in Memphis. Because the things I'm doing now are as a result of the inspiration I get from that city. Okay. So that is how I got to this country. Now, I haven't arrived here, and I was saying the other night that I never thought I was a black man
Okay.
until I was told I was a black man. If you know what I'm talking
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
I understand. If
Yeah.
You're Nigeria.
Yeah.
You're Nigerian.
Yes.
And when you get over here, you're a
Yes.
black man.
Yes. But those of us who come from the continent, we think that, we're different. And we try to behave differently until we smack in our face that, no, you're not. You know what I'm saying? So that the revelation of recognizing who I was as a black man started this journey. I've always been an artist, continue to be an artist. So my first focus when I arrived in Memphis was to survive.
Okay.
And art wasn't what it is today, where it is chic to be an artist. Back then, all my contemporaries looked down on me, thought I was crazy to have traveled all the way down here to do one thing, pursue art. They thought I was crazy, you know. But fast forward, I discovered a portion of Memphis that was so dilapidated. The South Main House District, the South Main area of downtown, where the Civil Rights Museum is located at.
Right.
Dilapidated, run down. Even the museum, before it became a museum, was run down. Until I saw the evolution of the making of the National Civil Rights Museum.
How long were you in Memphis?
I-
When were you first in Memphis?
I was first in Memphis in '82,
Okay.
but I left, came back. But, you know, I saw the development of that. And this part of town was just run down. And it was the most beautiful part of town that people did not see the beauty of. You know, you had these old warehouses that were used for cutting way back then, and beautiful buildings, but they were all run down, and nobody was in that part of town. And I decided, hey, this would be a great place to create an art district. And I was very friendly with Mayor Harrington.
Okay.
Back then. Yeah, Mayor Harrington. I went to him. I said, hey, let's create an art district. He goes, what does that mean? I said, the arts is what is going to revive this part of town. Bring the artist in. Let us do what we do. Lease these buildings for nickels on the dollar. And help the artists develop this place. And that was what took place.
Well, you know, I was in Memphis with 400 kids through my nonprofit,
Okay.
the Dallas Youth Council. And we went to the Lorraine Motel and went across the street to all of the things that were there. They certainly were upgraded in 2011 from 1982.
Right.
But it's truly an experience of
Right.
art.
Right.
And to hear you say bring art into the community.
Right.
Here in Dallas, we have one of the greatest art districts, you know, downtown and in the world.
Right.
But it's a keen idea to say, let's bring some art within the community, because the art within the community certainly will speak and help
Yes.
blossom.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's something that we're going to make sure our council members
do. So
begin to do and take consideration of.
Yeah.
Strong art.
Actually, Harrington.
We have some now.
Yes, I know.
We're going to help you
that. Right.
what you talking
Right.
about. Yeah, we're going to help you with what you talking
Yeah.
about. And I'll help.
Yeah. Actually, Harrington decided, okay, Ephraim, put a plan together, and I'm gonna make sure City Council help you through it.
There you go.
And that was what happened.
Well, let me tell you this, Ephraim. Put a plan together for
Right.
Dallas.
Right.
And I'm going to help you
Okay.
make
sure City Council
the City Council
buy into this.
buy into this.
That would be
That was
wonderful.
our first conversation.
Yes.
Actually.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah,
Was how-
exactly.
How we could duplicate what he did in Memphis,
Yep.
somewhere on the adjacent of maybe South Dallas or something.
Well, let's do something.
Yes.
I think this would be appropriate. We're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
And we're going to break this thing up, and we're going to come back, because we're going to bring the city in here with
Okay.
us. on
Okay,
this,
good.
and we can
Sounds
just
good.
do a whole bunch
Good.
at one time.
Good.
Okay, how about
good.
that?
That would be great.
We'll be right back. Dwayne Carraway, the other side with DC. Subscribe, like, and make sure you share it. When you come back, we're talking art.